Hello, folks. Here's today's 5x5 is in here. Why is it in here? Shut those, look. Why is it in here? I don't really know, really. The heat's gone down a little bit, so, I can be in here. Even though I've been in here for the last couple of hours recording a book, I just figured... It's one of the things that bothers me about this, being a voiceover artist... it's very, very difficult, and, an amateur filmmaker, it's very, very difficult to watch one of these back when I just check to make sure there's nothing wrong just before I post it. It's very, very difficult to watch one of these back and hear the terrible audio that I get from this camera. Most of the time I can put up with it. It's only a smartphone, what do I expect, really? But occasionally it bothers me, and yesterday it bothered me. So today, because the heat's not that bad, I'm in here. But it still gets warm after just these 5 minutes speaking to you. I'm going to be really, really desperate to get out of this booth. But I didn't really get to finish when I was talking yesterday. I was talking about the flat, and I've talked several times about why it's holding us up. So, and you must be wondering out there, why is it? What are the problems that it could possibly be causing you, other than running out of space? Well, the first one is very obviously running out of space. One of the main ones that I've talked about before is for reasons I honestly I don't know why. I've tried to work it out. The insulation is fine. I've checked the roof insulation and stuff like that, and I don't really understand why this flat is so hot, why it seems to generate so much heat. I don't really know why, honestly. I haven't got a clue. Even with all the windows open and things like that, you go downstairs, even on a fairly hot day, and unless you're actually standing in the sunlight, it's always hotter up here than it is downstairs, where there are no rooms. There's just our entrance porch. So, that's one thing. The heat is just unbearable. Like I said, we recorded some Portal 2 stuff when Merlin was here the other day, and it's, we both sound a bit kind of quiet and out of it a little bit because the heat was just, the sweat was just pouring off us. It was horrific. But, like mic audio, like this, right? Right, mic audio, I really want to get that right, but I have to come in here to get it right, really, because there's nowhere to escape where I've got the mic set up. I have to set the mic up. If I'm anywhere else but in this room, I have to set the mic up every time out there because my mic that I use for game recording is put away, and I have to move it all into the living room and set everything up and plug everything in, and then I have to move it all back again, which is a real nightmare for recording gaming videos. That probably takes 20 minutes, including all the time it then takes to move everything onto my computer because it's not set up there for editing. It's at least half an hour to 40 minutes of messing around each time I want to go out and record a gaming video. That's 40 minutes of my day that I've lost that I could be using for other things. Aya's bed. Little Aya, she doesn't fit in the cot anymore. It's too small for her. But the only place we can put her in the apartment is in our bedroom, in this tiny little alcove. And a normal-sized cot, we can't get any sized cot that is between where she is now and a big one, because a bigger one just won't go in there. So I'm probably going to have to make her one out of something. I don't really know why. How, really. Amki's work, she works in the kitchen. She could work in here. I've told her she can come in here, but that means buying some sort of space that she can work on and that will fold out of the way that we can, that's a nightmare. The audio booth is crazily hot anyway. Any audio booth is, unless it's a really, really high quality one with ultra silent ventilation that's really effective. It's really, really hot. A workspace, any workspace that doesn't have to be turned upside down every 2 minutes. I can't even. This is balanced on one of those clingy tripods that's kind of now balanced very precariously on top of the monitor that I have in the booth, because that's the only place to put it. In there, I have to stick it to things and balance it on things and then sort of get behind it with a mirror to try and get the focus going right. It's an absolute nightmare. Anything that doesn't mean that our lives have to be turned upside down every 5 minutes because, apart from this crazy heat, it's costing us so much time every day having to do that. But, there we go. That's my rant for today, and it's coming from this crazy hot audio booth, which is now starting to get quite warm.